Welcome back to the coverage of YCS Milan 2018. We are now in round number 6, and we couldn't believe it when we saw it. There were two players at table number 1 in the pairings that are both at their very first YCS. So we absolutely had to feature them. These are two newcomers, you should really give it up for them. Let's bring them in. In the blue corner we got Darren Stephenson from the UK. Hello Darren.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling about this?
It's going to be fun. Like, I haven't had a feature like this before. I'm really excited to just play. It's going to be nice to look back and see how I play and stuff and how my opponent plays. I'm very excited. It's going to be fun.
All right. You have been at the big events before. I was taking people for a ride a little bit. Can you let us know what's been your accomplishments in the past?
So my most major accomplishment was qualifying for the World Championships this year in 2018. By getting the most World's points in Europe. That was great. The ride as well, going to America and stuff, to go to the YCSs and stuff, meeting all the people. It's just amazing. There's no game like it that lets you just meet the most amazing people in so many different places. It's great.
All right. Seems like you're ready to go. Is that correct?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Have you ever played him before?
I have not actually played Josh at an event before. So we've never played at an event before.
Josh's.
Yeah.
All right, please have a seat. Thank you very much. Let's bring the other guy in. We spoiled the goods. In the red corner, Joshua Schmidt from Germany. Hi, Joshua. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
How are you feeling about losing your title in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Mini games that you lost yesterday?
Have I officially lost it?
You have officially lost it to Tom Rose, I'm afraid.
Oh, all right. Guess I'll have to claim another title this weekend.
Oh, okay. Good comeback. Yeah. How are you feeling about this match?
I mean, I'm feeling good. The deck's been doing very well so far, so we'll see how it goes.
How do you feel about going up against him?
I mean, he's a friend of mine, so we'll just have a nice atmosphere here, so whatever happens, so it's fine.
All right. Both of these guys ready to get their game on, both on table 1, that means they're undefeated. Please have a seat, Joshua. We're looking forward to this match of these two behemoths of the game. Let's start with the die roll and decide who goes first. That's a 9 from Joshua. Darren is asking for a 12, but it's only a 7. Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Are you sure?
Joshua wants to go first. Darren immediately prompts, are you sure? Yes, he is sure. He wants to go first. All right, guys. The stage has been set. We got two of the best players in Europe going at it in round number 6. Let's take you to our casters for the round, Tom Payne and Marcello Barberi.
Yeah, welcome to round 6. It's quite a powerhouse.
Yeah.
It's full of big names, and they're playing one of the decks we haven't seen yet, because Joshua is playing in the new FTK. So he played the same deck at YCS.
Well, I mean, it's sort of a new FTK. It's
it is.
It's the same deck, but with a different FTK.
Exactly.
Within it. Is it a new? I mean, it's a new FTK.
It is a new FTK. I mean, you play other cards that you didn't play. I mean, he played the same deck and he topped YCS London, I believe. But the deck has changed. Now the main win condition is slash draw. We're gonna bring it up on the screen, and
when Josh plays
Josh plays it. But what it does is essentially sends cards from the top of your deck equal to the number of cards your opponent controls, and if you mill a slash draw,
if you're magically lucky enough for the next card to be a slash draw,
then you send cards from the field to the graveyard and you deal 2,000 life points
per card.
So it's an easy FTK, but
you have to set it up.
Yeah, you have to set it up a lot.
The danger deck is very capable of doing.
Yeah, essentially the goal is to draw almost your entire deck and then stack your deck with Saruja, which you're gonna summon multiple times. You play 3 copies of it.
Both to stack your deck and to draw through your deck.
Exactly, and to draw through your deck, and then the goal is to have just one monster your opponent's side of the field, which is
and then just to know where the
slash draw is.
The slash draw is with the Saruja, putting it on the bottom, and then go ahead.
But then, I mean, it's still the same deck instead of slash draw, and we saw in London how explosive danger cards are in general.
Oh God, yeah.
You draw a lot, you can make a lot of link summoning.
Play the beginning of the end, draw 3, draw another one.
Draw 3, yeah. So it's quite a force to be reckoned, and we can see that Darren, who is on the other end playing Altergeist, only mains triple Ash and triple Impermanence.
Impermanence, though, one of the most effective hand traps against the danger deck because of their ability to make outer entity as a thought, shutting off all the other hand traps.
While Ash on the other end, as you said, is not as good. So it's gonna be quite a run. Joshua won the die roll, so he's obviously has the lead thanks to that. But let's see how it goes. Yeah.
In the match. Yeah, can we go over to the feature? All right.
Okay.
We see the thing about dangers is you get the dice roll before the game, and then you get all of the ones within the game as they do the random.
Die roll are really important. So Joshua opens.
Oh, he has drawn the emergency teleport.
Yeah.
He's running a card which I'm betting people have not seen before, being Dr. Frankenderp.
Indeed. As soon as Joshua will use it, we will show it to you, but we can see the
emergency teleport there to fetch it.
Yeah, there is an Ash Blossom in Darren's end, so he might actually just use it on teleport.
Does he know what Josh is going to summon? I would not have known.
I think so. I mean, he knows what's the meta. I mean, maybe he doesn't, but...
I mean, he probably knows what Josh is playing.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll just save his Ash for a danger effect, you know?
Yeah, I know. He does use it, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to see Frankenderp.
He might draw it at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, teleport's probably a card you should be ashing anyway.
The first die roll is...
This could be huge if he hits it.
Indeed. It does not hit. It's a Nessie instead.
On the other hand, it's pretty huge that he's not
Which is huge because now he has a second copy, and if he's able to summon it, then Tomahawk can happen.
And then that's Darren's only... I feel like Josh has probably got to be feeling pretty good here.
Yeah.
Having a handful of like the high-quality danger monsters like Nessie and Mothman is really what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
A lot of the some of the hands are a bit sketchier if you don't know. Like they give you like the opportunity to miss and then be really sad.
Yeah.
But if you've got stuff like Nessie in your hand, then you're okay with missing.
I agree.
So as soon as this Nessie hits, you're just kind of very
yeah,
happy.
you're on a bad spot because Tomahawk is just insane. And it does it, so...
What was that discarded?
A Bigfoot.
A Bigfoot. Ah, he must have drawn that. It's going to be hard work for the judges inputting the...
Yeah, different dangers.
The different cards to keep up with Josh.
Yeah. So Tomahawk hits the field and...
Tomahawk was supposed to be hard to summon, you know. You weren't supposed to do it without using your normals. It's like, yeah, I'll just summon one level 7, and I'll summon another level 7, and then I will summon
5 tokens.
6 monsters, yeah.
And it probably transitioned into Saruyo soon enough.
Ah, dear. Summoning... They don't have any defense, the tokens, you know. It makes more sense to summon them in attack.
Insulator is probably summoned.
Some sort of joke coming from Darren. Darren makes a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
Probably going to use the Jackalope now in the hopes of discarding it.
I mean, you have 2 Jackalope, so it's not too good.
If you kind of waste it though if you use the Mothman. I suppose you don't waste it, but
yeah,
it's nicer to know it's kind of guaranteed.
I agree.
But equally, like summoning a Mothman for free is fine by discarding the Jackalope, and then you just don't use its effect, right? So either's fine.
Hitting Jackalope was good, and now he's able to easily summon Saruya. Because if he hit the Mothman there, it would have been a little weird, honestly.
No, you just wouldn't use the Mothman. Just save it for later in the turn.
But you still waste a card, kind of.
Oh, well, you discard and draw, right? You have the same number of cards in your hand.
No, because you're not using it, right? Don't you? Oh, no, yeah, because you draw 1. Yeah, I mean, pretty much the same.
If anything, I think I prefer using the Mothman, actually.
Yeah.
You just don't use the Jackalope now. But I suppose if the Mothman misses, then you feel bad. And you probably don't want to, like, if you don't need to use Mothman, then you probably just don't want to use it.
So the first Saruya is there, looking for beginning of the end for sure, and all those, card destruction is a good one.
Card destruction feels kind of weird, because you don't want to necessarily give your opponent the chance to draw into something.
Exactly, especially when you see that there is no impairments, most likely, because it would have been used here. So.
Yeah. But equally, I mean, maybe he just doesn't care.
I mean,
you get so many cards off card destruction that you can almost play through anything.
He's gonna use it, and you can't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the Altergeist deck, which he presumably knows that Darren is playing, maybe he doesn't, actually.
I'm not sure, yeah.
I mean,
they are friends,
generic.
so it's possible that they know what they're playing, but yeah, it's also possible that they don't. And he might draw into Impermanence and Faker. in a dream world.
In a dream. Well, that's a
Faker
faker.
is there. No, not quite.
So card destruction, it says you draw the same number of cards you discarded, but when you have 2 brow...
Yeah, and when you have a beginning of the end, freshly drawn, then...
Josh is running just the 1 Link Spider, so these tokens are going to have to be used for sort of separate...
Yeah, but he has also Link Kuribo, so...
Oh, he's got Link... Yeah, no, they're not level 1, these tokens.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, they're level 6.
I don't think they are.
No, yeah, they're level 6, you're right. I just tend to think tokens are level 1 in general.
Yeah, yeah, makes sense. Oh, you've obviously not been synchro summoning enough, you know?
Not lately.
With the Gauze tokens?
Yeah. So he gets the first slash throw. And we see Frankenderp in the end.
Ah, he can just summon Frankenderp.
Yeah, but maybe he just can summon it with Saruya, it's safer. And I think the only card he has in his deck to give your opponent a monster is the...
Yeah, no, that was what I meant, summon Frankenderp.
Ah, okay, yeah, in that.
Sorry, yeah. Darren being like, okay, I know I stopped you from summoning this earlier with Ash, but I'm just going to check what it does. I'm kind of surprised. I don't really get, like... It takes a card out of your deck if you draw the teleport, but if you just draw it first, it seems kind of naff. Unless, I mean, if you can get it out with Sayuja, sure. I don't know. I guess Josh will be able to give more insight later in the tournament as to how well it performed.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would get it if he had different win conditions as of not only Grinder Golem, but since he only has Grinder Golem, it does seem as a little bit of a risk.
Well, as in, like, you can't normal it, so it's just, it's just a dead card.
Yeah, what I mean is if you maybe had Ibli or something like that, then it could have made more sense, but it's kind of risky.
So he's setting the first slash draw, so he's... I mean, I guess he's got enough cards that it's fine. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Beast is really good. He's going to get 2 draws off this Tsuchinoko.
And Saryuja at number 2. Maybe Saryuja should say 4 monsters except Saryuja.
I mean...
But it doesn't.
It doesn't. It definitely doesn't. So, yeah. Saryuja number 2.
Maybe we should have a Saryuja count. 1, 2,
3. Oh, and Soul Charge is there.
I mean, it's just absurd, this deck. It draws the whole deck every game.
Yeah.
Like, Soul Charge is supposed to be at 1. But is it really at 1?
He's at 100% of seeing, I guess.
I'm not sure about Steam. I mean, like, in theory, it should give you 3 link materials, but you have to use them in separate link summons.
Yeah.
Which is not good when the only link summon you want to do is a link 4.
I mean, I guess once you don't have anymore the combo with Cannon Soldier and Grapha, you need good targets to send with Curious. So it's a decent one.
Yeah.
Alongside Zephyros
Are
and
people
Shadow Beast.
Still running Curious?
Yeah, it's there. I mean, it's there. I think it's there mainly as a side deck option.
Yeah, because in the main deck, I mean, I guess Josh is running the 3 slash draws. So
I mean, to be honest, if you don't open a Saruya right away, it's an easy way to, like, if you are draw beginning of the end, it's an easy way to send enough
it's an easy way to
monsters.
just resolve it, yeah.
Yeah, otherwise you might be you struggle to do it, so.
Josh is having to count through. He's not seen any beginning of the ends.
No, he went for 1.
Oh, he went through 1 already, did he?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right, he did. I don't know how many cards are in his deck. He wants to keep his Soul Charge. How greedy.
Tsuchinoko summoned.
Maybe that's not the one you want to hit, but
No,
well.
definitely.
Probably rather the draw. Can he make... He can just make Saryuja number 3 now, right? Oh, he's not doing that yet?
Yeah, gotta see if it is. But yeah, it's gonna...
You just keep the slash draw so you know where it is. Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty perfect.
Definitely. And there it is.
There it is.
That's the card Josh was looking
himself.
for. And he did pick it up.
I feel like, yeah, that just means there's almost no possible interruptions.
Yeah.
Because he can now just freely make... impermanence is now out of the question.
Yeah, I mean, and
you can't make impermanence. You can't make...
Sooner or later, you have to draw into Grinder, because otherwise you can't FTK without it, so...
Yeah.
It's necessary.
But it can't be the bottom card of your deck if you're using Saryuja before.
Yeah.
He might as well make Azathoth. But he doesn't seem to care.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Darren's used Ash and...
I mean, it did redraw, to be fair, but maybe he does know that Darren is playing only Ash and Impermanent, so...
Yeah, I would probably have made Azathoth, just because it seems
Yeah, I
safer.
agree.
Ah, he's going to do the magical link 2 Saryujas into an Akashic Magician. I think he should have put the Grinder Golem in the other zone.
To bounce it back, or...?
So he can bounce it back, but if he'd put it like in the same zone as the Tsuchinoko, then he could have bounced back.
Yeah, he can bounce back to Tsuchinoko as well.
I mean, again, like it's fairly... Like earlier on in the combo, it may have been like important.
Yeah. And now, essentially, all he has to do is count and draw enough cards as to
He can't be
FTK.
impermanence now either, so...
It seems really easy to accomplish. Yeah, he's not really gonna activate any other monster effects, to be fair. I think he has enough to just draw now the 1/drawing win. Because he has that and Lure.
Yes. I mean, he doesn't need to activate any more monster effects. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't really matter.
So he draws 3.
He's still got another beginning of the end.
And then he has to count, and I'm pretty sure with Allure Darkness he's good. He has 2 even, so... He has 1 Allure, and let's see.
How to FTK without even using the Soul Charge that you drew.
Yeah. Seems like more of a backup plan, honestly, if something goes wrong. Okay, seems like he will need a monster effect. But... Unless...
I don't know how many Darks are in his
Yeah,
game.
unless beginning is perfectly fine, but yeah, he doesn't have that.
And I don't know where he put the slash draw.
Yeah.
Darren is needed again. Oh, look at that. Gets more cards.
1 card is drawn, still not enough. But yeah, at this point it's just a matter of time. And I'm curious as why Darren is thinking right now. Because...
Could just hold it in case Josh has counted it wrong.
Yeah, you never know. Math is...
They're probably not going to need like all of the time on the round. Maybe they will, I don't know.
Yeah, probably not, to be fair.
I'm not... Yeah. I could just bounce with Zephyros, but oh well, okay. Thank you, Joshua, for making the... I would have felt worried if he didn't make the Azathoth.
Yeah.
Just counts for like the 10th time. It's good that you're allowed to know how many cards are in your deck. Oh, he's going to make Curious. Shuffles your deck?
Yeah, that's... Maybe it's not mandatory, actually.
Yeah, it probably isn't.
Yeah.
Just going to make this Curious, not use the effect. Don't even need the effect of Curious.
Yeah, he just wants the monsters engraved for beginning, and now he still doesn't get it. Okay.
Well, he presumably, maybe he put slash draw like 3rd on his deck, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got 4 cards on the
enough.
field. Oh, wow, so lucky. And yeah, so mill 1. Deal 8,000 damage.
Don't you mill Chew?
No, you mill and then draw.
Why is team... Okay. Ah, okay. That's why. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter. Okay. That was the FTK for everyone who didn't know it was out yet.
Or maybe everyone who didn't believe.
Yeah, everyone was skeptic about it. I mean, you saw...
All the non-believers. That is the FTK.
You even saw the Darren had an Ash, so...
That's
if
true.
you didn't believe that was a thing...
Josh didn't miss a danger that he didn't want to miss.
Yeah, but I mean,
I guess people are familiar with it now that it's good when it doesn't miss any of the dangers.
Exactly. So you can see a lot of the stuff that he can do. And
so I know Darren was like testing this deck and decided not to run it. So maybe he will have thought about like what he should have in the side deck for it.
But it doesn't seem like he has too much. He does have a few cards. Yeah, Inspector Border is really good, but I think the deck is a lot scarier when you go second against it, honestly. But for now, yeah, Darren is obviously gonna side out some of his cards like Secret Village, even though it's decent.
Secret Village is, it's kind of okay.
Yeah, but it's like more of a...
It's a Hail Mary card, really. Because if they draw that Allure of Darkness or whatever...
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't really keep it, to be honest, initially. Like, Inspector Border is surely going to come down.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that if Joshua doesn't draw into the Danger Jackalope, which is 2000 defense, so he can set it and stall for a little bit, then he's in trouble. And
I mean, he can... he's also got the Pancratrops.
Yeah, which is a really good match. Pancatrops is,
it's one of the best side cards we've seen for a while.
Yeah, I'm honestly not a fan of it at the moment as of the meta, but against Altergeist and Trickster in particular, it's probably one of the best cards.
I like comparing it to Cyber Dragon just to see how far we've come.
Yeah, that's true.
It's got more attack. It can be summoned easier, and it has a quick effect which destroys a card.
Yeah, you're right.
It's you know.
And
I suppose it can't fuse away your opponent's monsters, though.
But yeah, it's pretty good, and it's one of the best cards, as I said, against decks like Altergeist that rely both on monsters and on back rows, because it can deal with two things. Like
it's such a versatile side deck card in general, though. It can out like a variety of different floodgates, like Inspector Border, like something.
I know, I just don't like it a lot right now because there are a lot of combo decks and pure Sky Strikers, and I don't really like it against pure Sky Strikers. It's basically an MST against them, and I don't think it's particularly good. You don't really want to attack over Sky Striker Link monsters with it, like
no.
So, but against those like rogue decks is really good.
A fair bit in the Sky Striker mirror match.
It depends. Yeah, it's good to just leave on the field because then they have to expend something to deal with it, and then you chain it. But okay, let's see how it goes. Darren is opening double desires, unfortunately, but
it's just kept in the slash draws.
It seems so.
Fair enough. It seems.
Do you have to shuffle the same amount of cards you mill no matter what? If you don't need a slash draw, I think so, right?
So what's the question?
If you activate slash draw, do you have to send back the same cards you milled, or can you send cards in the graveyard instead? Back to the deck, because otherwise you could just use it to mill Zephyros or Shadow Beast.
I see. You have to. We can look up the text of slash draw. I think it.
Let's see.
It just puts them all back.
So equal to the number of cards sent, and if you do destroy as many cards, if the card shuffle cards. Oh no, you can change.
And if it was
so it's decent. You can send other cards from the graveyard. So if you went through other cards, you can just use it as a. Like milk as a mini green, like the grass looks green, like super mini, I guess.
Very mini.
Yeah, well, not too mini. So Darren,
how many cards your opponent controls? He's got the not a starter card.
Darren opens decent. Imperial Order is really good in general, but
I don't think you can ask for that much more when you're playing Altergeist.
Yeah,
he's got the spoofing. He's got Imperial Order.
He's got the Marionetter as well, so it's quite a good opening.
Yeah. It's all pretty good looking.
Yeah.
He can negate a monster effect. Maybe he has to shotgun the spoofing so the protocol's live, I don't know. Because otherwise, the protocol's not live until after spoofing has resolved.
That's true.
It's a bit dubious.
No, the protocol is actually alive on Marionetter, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, but then if you do that... Oh yeah, then you can just shuffle back the...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was thinking...
Then you can actually chain manifestation and use the spoofing on manifestation so it still resolves. And
no, I agree.
We'll see.
But Joshua just got a handful of monsters, which is exactly what you want.
No.
That would be... Darren is having no Denko Sekkers today.
Yeah.
I think he still loses to Denko Sekker, actually. Oh no, he's got Conquery.
Okay, so Joshua goes for Bigfoot. Oh yeah, he does have Conquery, so Denko is not even... Oh,
wow.
and he does it.
Well, it just pops the protocol. I mean,
yeah, it's not even bad actually. It's the only interruption Darren has.
You might as well spoofing.
So it's actually pretty good. And yeah, you got a spoofing back.
Is that the only interruption Darren has?
Yeah, I think outside of I mean the faker, because he has a second desire. I mean, order is not really an interruption. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, if it negates an allure.
Yeah.
I mean, the danger cards are even better going second as well when they.
Yeah, against a deck like this one for sure. But the Conquerry, I think, is gonna actually be quite cool. Let's see.
I mean, yeah, sort of. I mean, Circuitus doesn't really bother. Like, you normally want to attack against Altergeist to force out the Circuitus, and then that's when the Conqueror is so powerful.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, you played Zephyros in danger just because you want to bounce back danger monsters, so
exactly,
like bouncing them
with
Circuit is not really that good.
Yeah.
That's why, I mean, he could have even summoned Malusic, honestly, but he has the spoofing, so of course you're gonna get the Silk, just in case. So, more die rolling, let's see.
So actually shotgunning the protocol has really not worked out for Darren, because if he hadn't, then the protocol, the Bigfoot would have just hit the
Marionetter.
The Marionetter. Yeah.
Definitely. I don't really see the point. Like, was he really afraid of Denko?
Or I think he doesn't play around Denko. Like, you still lose to Denko.
I mean, no, because he had the Conqueror, but yeah, I think
but
you still lose.
You lose to Denko plus like 10 danger monsters.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, some more draws.
Tsuchinoko, did he reveal Tsuchinoko?
No, he revealed the Cabra. Yeah. Okay, now he's gonna be able to use the order on the allure, most likely, but let's see.
Yeah, I mean, that's good for Darren, because it means one of Josh's cards is sort of traded away.
Yeah, at least. Because he's not really gonna use the second desires, so...
He could.
Sometimes. Desperate means, yeah.
Desperate times.
Desperate means, yeah. And order is being flipped, yeah.
Is that... Yeah, where does Josh go from here, do we think?
He has a few options, but...
I mean, yeah, I guess keep summoning dangers and see what happens.
Yeah, because he's guaranteed to summon another monster, because... Let's see.
He's not, because he's used Tsuchinoko, but...
Oh yeah.
I mean, if Nessie hits herself, it searches another danger monster.
It searches, so you most likely can.
But Josh is now down to 1 in hand.
I know, but he can't summon it, right?
Which weakens the danger monster somewhat.
He got the Pancrops, but yeah.
Oh no, he's got too many monsters.
Yeah, for once, but I mean, he can get rid of them pretty easily, so...
Yeah, he's got the choice of getting rid of his monsters or his opponent's monsters.
Yeah.
But he's only got one monster with enough attack. None of his monsters have got any attack.
Yeah.
What, is Mothman 15?
No, I think it's 18, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I'll believe you. I haven't looked at it that closely.
I
believe you.
Yeah,
okay,
it is
I definitely
18.
believe you now. He can't bounce. That feels so sad.
Yeah, no, bouncing is nowhere to be done.
No. He definitely wants to, but he just can't.
Yeah.
But that Silcoitus... So Silcoitus doesn't live if Josh orders his attacks in a sensible manner.
But there is a Conqueror, though, so...
Yeah, but as long as he's got two monsters...
Yeah, I know he
can
attack over it, but... Gotta see what he wants to do.
Yeah, so as long as he does that first, it's fine, right? Or he can negate the effect of one of his opponent's cards. How very helpful.
I think you just let it go.
It feels so sad.
Like, you can bounce the Tsuchinoku, maybe? Or...
The Mothman?
I guess it's fair with only one card in hand, but it's one more draw. It's probably risky. Like, I didn't really like that. So Curious is gonna come down.
Sending Beast?
One of them.
I don't like making Curious, but equally I don't know what else he does. I mean, the Silcoitus just...
No, but he can't bounce it back, because otherwise it triggers, I think.
Does it?
Yeah. It says leaves the field, I believe.
Madness. No, it must have to be destroyed. if this card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card. Wow. Okay. That's a good card.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, this seems fair, because now he can summon the Pancratrops.
Yeah.
Which I have much difficulty saying.
Did he send Beast? We couldn't really see it.
Yes, looks like
I would guess so, yeah.
He's drawing.
What?
You Curious to Mill is always chain link 1.
Yeah, I know.
And then
so Twin Twister, the one Twin Twister's yes.
Oh no.
I mean, it's quite.
He can set it with Griffin. Under Imperial Order.
And now Pancratrops comes down.
Hopefully Darren reads it before bouncing it.
I hope so. I mean, I don't think Darren.
I wouldn't have known that.
Really?
Know? I thought it had to be destroyed and sent to the graveyard.
No, I remember that. I don't know why it came up, but I know about it. Okay, so Mothman. And this is where I don't like Darren idea.
The bouncing, yeah.
Yeah, because what if he gets something like a beginning here? Like, you risk it, because Pancratrops then can pop the order. You never know what can happen, you know? So he gets Thunderbird.
So he didn't even... If he was going to bounce, then he should have bounced to keep the Faker, right?
Yeah. Or the Marionetta even, which is really good, I guess.
But now he's got neither.
I mean, it doesn't really matter much because you have this poofing unless they destroy that, but...
Has he got any more traps? Yeah, he's got a... Oh, he's got Infestation face down, right?
Yeah, he got Manifestation, which is on Faker quite safe.
Well, as long as it doesn't get destroyed.
Yeah.
Is Pancratrops level 7?
I think so.
Oh. Does he do it?
It would make sense. Well, at this point, honestly, like...
What are you fearing from the Altergeist deck?
I think you should. It's like, you can see Darren at multiple occasions of using his cards and he just didn't. And now Saruya is probably gonna come down soon enough.
Yes, because he can make the spider. I mean, having said that, yeah, I mean, he can make a Phoenix or something.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, so he can make a Phoenix, I mean, after the Saruya to use the beginning at the end if he draws it.
If he wants. Yeah, that's what I meant, of course. So, let's see.
One,
it's all charges there.
4. It can't be used until next turn, but yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It'll be pretty good next turn.
You could keep it just as a backup plan. It depends what Josh's plan is. Because if he doesn't do much, to be fair, Darren is able to do a lot next turn. Because he has the manifestation and the spoofing set up.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see where Josh goes with this, because this is sort of... I'm surprised he didn't want to keep the Pancratrops.
Oh, yeah, I think...
You can just summon it off Saruya,
I think he was, he was forgetting about either Imperial Order or... Because he was about to keep old spells, and that would have been atrocious.
It's amazing how many cards he's gone through as well. He's now got the Pancratrops, which can destroy the Imperial Order sort of at his leisure. What happens now?
I think he just passed.
Yeah.
So now...
How do you efficiently deal with the Curious? How do you not trigger the Curious?
You just gotta negate it afterwards, which is not simple in this scenario. Like, you gotta bounce it and then negate it, or you can just ignore it, honestly.
Yeah, I guess you can just leave it.
Yeah.
Gives you an extra arrow.
And he draws the Melusik, okay, which is definitely helpful.
Yeah, I mean, Melusik immediately baits out Pancratrops, if need be. Maybe he's hoping that Pancratrops will be used on something that's not Imperial Order.
Yeah.
Presumably the Sarija.
Which one? Silk?
Yeah, he's used Silk.
I mean, you could just bounce the Pank and force it out. It depends when.
Yeah.
Saruya is not a big deal. You have Malusik.
I suppose if he's going to ignore the...
Yeah.
But then Josh can just hold it for next turn.
That's true.
Unless Darren thinks he can OTK.
Yeah, it's not too impossible. But... Okay, order is gone. So, Faker comes back. Gotta see how many Altergeist Darren banished with Desires as well.
Oh, that's true. I don't think he's going to use that many from his deck, though.
I mean, to be fair, there is a world in which Darren just goes through basically all the Altergeist he has right now with like Faker and Malusik, and then just flips the second Desires. I wouldn't have hated that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like against Josh's deck, so explosive, like,
yeah,
you need to have all the cards at your disposal.
Because like, you don't have that many as we saw. I think he has just like 2 or 3 Altergeist cards left in his deck, so I think you definitely have to flip Desires at some point.
What happened to the token? Josh just got rid of one of his tokens.
Good question. Farewell, I guess. I don't know.
Presumably the token was not the target for...
Yeah, I don't think so. So Exia comes down.
I mean, Hextia is just going to negate the Soul Charge anyway.
Yeah.
He's still got... yeah, he's looking at the Marionetta to get the second protocol.
Yeah, he's looking...
it was banished.
Really good for Darren right now. So he has... depends if he has another protocol right now.
I think he's probably happy even without it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Josh can crunch the Curious, but, I mean, that doesn't really achieve much. I mean, the only thing that might happen is Darren might not be paying too much attention to the clock.
Yeah, I was thinking the same, but...
I mean, Josh can't do any more damage, right? But
Darren can. He's going to do some damage this turn.
Depending on whether he attacks over the... I mean, he could just link away the Silcatus as well to get back the protocol if he didn't have another one.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, even if you get rid of the Curious and you make like a double Extia or something like that,
yeah,
it's not the end of the world. If you want to deal damage, because I mean...
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. I mean, I guess realistically...
There is a world in which we see a draw in this duel.
Yeah, I don't see Josh like... Well, as soon as he enters his main phase 1, he can win in game 3, if he gets to game 3.
Yes, that's
and Darren
fair.
can't win. So
yeah,
it's
that's
probably
true.
in Josh's interest to start the game with as little time as possible. I mean, I suppose Darren can win if Josh tries to win and fails and uses either Dr. Frankenderp or...
Is this...
oh, he's attacking.
Okay, he does attack.
Yeah, I can get behind that. He's got to do damage.
Yeah.
Strange, a world in which you just let your opponent add any card.
Yeah, from your graveyard.
From their grave to their hand. It's like, yeah, that's fine. Did Grinder Golem get its way into the graveyard?
He gets Pank back.
We both got so excited when he drew the Soul Charge, but it's...
He's not going to flip Desires.
Maybe he's still got a Silquitus in the deck. He doesn't.
I don't like that. I really don't. Because worst case scenario, even if you banish, you still have the manifestation on the Silk.
Yeah.
So what are you looking for? Like, I think you really need to flip Desires there.
I mean, I don't think it's going to matter, but...
It can.
It could. Yeah, I don't think he's going to, like, lose anyway.
The thing is, if you don't have a... Yeah, I mean, I don't. Oh, but the beginning is good, though. It doesn't change. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah, I mean, the Conquery just negates the attack. And
no, because he can't attack. He has to, like, pop the...
Oh, yeah, he can't even attack. You're right.
Yeah. He has to pop the one behind, exactly, that one, but then he just flips Manifestation, and that's... GG. Okay. He negates it, but didn't really matter. Oh, or is Extia... No, Extia is not once per turn, right?
It is not.
So, yeah. Because I know the grave effect is, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not. So
actually, he negates that and then immediately, well, searches and then activates.
And then yeah, it's gonna be interesting here.
Well, unless he doesn't, but realistically,
yeah, this game, it's looking like it's over.
Assuming that Darren flips the, he knows what he's doing.
I mean, no surprises there. Josh,
I mean,
he's gonna realize what's going on, and he picks up his cards, and we go to game 3. That was quite a convincing performance by Darren, and now it's where it gets interesting. His time gets relevant. We only have 6 minutes left. And as you said, all Joshua needs is to enter his main phase to be able to FTK Darren. But things get interesting if Darren sees one of his entrops, because he's actually siding Artifact Lancia, which is, if you use it immediately, you can't use beginning or allure.
Yep.
So
that is pretty big, actually.
Yeah, if you think about it, it's kind of weird because it's not something you can chain to anything to gain a particular advantage. But if you cut him off the main source of draw, except of Saruya, it's relevant. Like it's 6 cards.
6 dead cards.
Yeah.
And 6 dead cards that should otherwise be very good.
Exactly, especially the beginning. So
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
If Josh doesn't do damage,
then he could end in a draw, honestly.
I mean, then Darren could summon a Meliseek.
He could, but you gotta see, because it depends on how they decide, because it's already 5 minutes. I can see this going into a draw or a win for Joshua, I think. But you never know.
Depending on if Darren's feeling especially greedy, he could wait until Joshua uses a life point paying effect, but he's only got 2 of them, so...
yeah.
He's got the... I mean, maybe Josh will just not bother with them.
I don't think so.
Out
I don't think you ever do that, yeah.
It's too dangerous.
I mean, for other entrops, he just has triple effect Veiler, which is not particularly good against this deck.
I think he'll come in, though.
Yeah, he has to come in. I mean, you have to go all in at this point.
What else do your cards do?
I mean, to be fair, when we saw in game 1, the Azatoth came in very late, so
yeah, it's just an insurance
would have been okay on a Saruya.
A Veiler on a Saruya, would have been good.
So you gotta pray, and let's see.
I mean, it's been fairly speedy. I think Josh basically has to fizzle for this to not take all of the 4 minutes.
I agree. Let's see what his end looked like. Soul Charge is not relevant, to be honest, but yes, 4
dangers.
3 dangers and a bro, yeah.
Oh,
and only
a Lancia.
Oh yeah, Lancia and Ash. So let's see if Darren just discards Lancia right away. I think he has to.
I don't know what else it's doing, yeah. Maybe he's hoping for that strange scenario in which someone activates a lure and you chain Lancia and you convince them to discard their whole hand.
But yeah,
I'm not sure Josh would fall for that.
Oh, he does not use it. That's kind of weird in my opinion, because...
Yeah, I mean, he could have just opened a lure and that would be the first card you play, right?
Yeah, but then, if they play a lure, which should be the first card they play, then you're crying that you didn't give them that card.
Is he going to Ash it?
Oh, really?
I don't know.
He does.
I mean, maybe just decreasing their number of cards is good. Why is he not using Lancia?
But then, why is he not using Lancia?
I don't know. We'll ask him.
It's like if you go for an Ash like that, and oh my God, Joshua, it's the perfect 1 out of 3, and
I don't know. Maybe Darren does think that you have to discard your hand. I mean, it is a strange one. The text on a lure.
Oh, do you think so? Yeah, I think that would be the only reason, but you don't have to discard your hand. If you
I don't think you do, yeah.
You just show a dark and you keep it.
Yeah. I mean, this is like a ridiculous start for Josh.
Yeah, honestly, if he didn't need the bro, I think he would have been almost done, because it was a 1 out of 3 and then a 50-50. So...
Well, he would have drawn a bonus card. Well, 1 extra, yeah.
No, I mean, if because he had 2 Jackalopes and a bro.
Oh, I see.
So if the Jackalope would have been 8, then he was left with Jackalope and bro, and then it's a 50-50, you know? So it wasn't that good of an end, but he got the 33%, so now he's looking better.
Maybe he's just holding it until it's...
But honestly, the Lancia could still happen, and
I mean, yeah, Lancia shutting down beginning of the end is pretty big.
It's super relevant, so...
Josh can't use the Soul Charge unless he's guaranteed
Exactly.
the FTK. So that's a dead card. Okay.
But I mean...
okay, so I mean, I feel like Mothman looks like an intent to summon Azathoth.
Yeah, so you have to play it now.
You have to play the Lancia now.
Yeah, now you have to play it.
And I guess you make Azathoth anyway.
Yeah.
And it was beginning of the end in his hand, so...
It
yeah,
was?
there is a beginning of the end in Josh's hand now, yeah. Maybe we'll
is
go...
it?
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, that Lancia hurts a lot. But now we gotta see if Joshua gives him the minutes he has.
I don't think so.
I don't think he will give Darren any time, but as we can see, Darren doesn't even have Melusik or anything right now.
What's wrong with that? Beast, Beast Warrior, and Fiend.
Are they...
They're all different types. And they're all dark. What?
Are they all different?
Yeah. Bigfoot's a Beast Warrior.
That's weird.
I think.
Oh,
it's a beast.
Not. Okay.
Who knew? Well, someone did, fortunately. Okay.
Okay, the Danger got it, and then Joshua can't...
Darren's going to be feeling bad if he doesn't get his turn and win this game.
Yeah.
Although his hand is garbage.
But if the next card is a Melusik, actually...
He wins, yeah.
Yeah, Joshua needs to make a play, because he doesn't really have much going on right now.
He's got... Yeah, I mean, Darren's hand is awful.
Yeah.
Is that a Lost Wind?
He doesn't really have any... Joshua should make a play, so he needs to make... Is it a Unicorn?
Is it? Is he being... No, I mean, if he was...
Yeah, it is. It's the only legal play. So if Darren now draws the Melusik, it's actually game.
Yeah, but, I mean... Josh tried to Link Summon. This can't be that they're making him Link Summon. He's not going to activate the Soul Charge. He's not mad.
Yeah, he can't. Let's see, Melusik. Oh, is not. So it's going to end up in a draw.
Is that...
For sure.
What is it in his hand?
4 traps. So...
Yeah.
Yeah. And time should be up right now. So let's see if we are correct. Time is up.
What was the trap? I mean, Darren actually would have lost that game if it continued, despite Josh's extremely disappointing opening.
Time is up, and it seems like the duo ended in a draw. Let's just wait for confirmation, but seems like it.
Who does Oleg get to interview? That's the important question.
Oh, yeah.
I guess. I mean, Josh presumably wouldn't have shown him the Soul Charge unless the game was over.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like I don't see how this is not a draw, so...
I feel like Darren may have got away with that one, given his hand.
Yeah, it's possible, actually.
Now, I'm interested why Josh was making the Unicorn in that situation.
Instead of just passing, you mean, or what?
Yeah.
I think he...
Because
he needed to make a play... just because... I mean,
he was supposed to do something just to waste the time?
I don't want to say it, but it's like if Darren has a Melusik, then Joshua lost.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. He needed to make a play, but we know that the time wasn't enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the match is concluded in a draw, as you were saying. So let's go back to the post-match interview just to talk about, to the post-match discussion to talk about it. Wow, that was showing...
That was pretty intense.
Yeah, definitely. We're, of course, not going to have a post-match interview because it was a long game and there were no winners, so we have no one to interview right now. It was the first draw of the day for us, and, well...
It was a pretty tense draw as well. I mean, I was impressed. It looked very much like when someone's making a tomahawk against you, you feel like you may be losing that game, but then...
It's true.
Darren comes back.
Yeah, at the same time, as we were talking about it in the side deck, Lancia is quite an unusual entry, but it can work against the deck because...
What else do you think Lancia is in there for?
It's really good against the Dark Warrior deck. Yes. If you hit off Malicious and then all the Phantom Knights, it's really good against. And yeah, maybe there is a world in which you sided against Thunder Dragon just for Sarcophagus, but
that makes more sense.
And the other card, so it's a pretty decent card overall. I like it.
Suck, yeah.
And I mean, he's not playing Sanctum, but that could have been an extra thing for like anti-evenly matched, but he's not playing it. But he could actually decided in going first against evenly in just random matchups, because if you draw it, you can just discard it and it negates evenly matched.
Does a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's a pretty versatile card. But yeah, in game one, to just recap real quick, we saw the new, let's say, Danger FTK, or well, the after Forbidden List new FTK.
FTK, indeed.
It works very well, and as we saw, even if you have just one Antraps against it, you can do it quite consistently.
But 2 is too many, as we saw in game 3.
2 is too many, depending on which Antrap, and Lancia seems to be one of the good ones.
This needs to be a sort of lingering effect, because otherwise the Azathoth comes down
and
stops it.
And the good thing about the deck is that the Cherry is not quite effective, because you should eat Saruya, and no deck is really playing Saruya outside of this one. So if they expected, I don't know, it's old. It's not like before.
We had a player in the last round running Saruya.
That's true. That's true, actually. But yeah, in game 2 it was more of a grind game, but then Darren never really lost the edge with Imperial Order in the beginning, and then
Imperial Order
the horde of Altergeist monsters. So it was quite an exciting match. We're surely gonna check on how these players go. We're undefeated, so we're surely gonna see them.
Do we want to have a quick look at the deck breakdown?
Let's do that real quick.
So can we bring up the deck breakdown for round 1? I think maybe, hang on. In a second. Okay, hopefully the deck breakdown for round 1 should be with us. So what we can see, and what you'll hopefully be able to see, is no big surprises. The Sky Striker deck coming in the top, well, most represented. So 372.
Yeah.
Sky Striker decks. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, there we go. This is, it's looking a lot similar to YCS Utrecht.
Minus the Thunder Dragon.
Minus the Thunder Dragon that wasn't out. So, yeah, the most played deck is Sky Striker Pure. And, it's actually...
Altergeist, I think, has gone up in numbers, and Burning Abyss definitely compared to previous YCS.
But in general, what we can see is that combo decks fell down in popularity a lot, because the only one in this top is the Dark Warrior deck, and I guess Pendulum kinda, but like the other decks are all more of a grind game kind of decks. And
Thunder Dragons can be quite explosive.
Yeah, they can be.
And
but
Burning Abysses.
They are not the typical, you know,
it's not the,
you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh! kind of
It's not
things.
the combo decks we've seen.
Exactly, yeah, I mean the regular...
It's a more old school combo deck.
Yeah, more of a Link combo deck, that's what I meant. But let's see how it changed to this round.
Hang on. I think.
And there he goes.
There we go.
Not too much has happened.
Yeah, that's my response to that as well.
I mean, 6 rounds is not a huge amount of rounds. We see that the number are decreasing, but for now they're all honestly keeping.
The true Draco deck has been dropping off. I think the other category may have shrunk a small amount. Yeah, so the other category has been shrinking faster than any of the other ones.
Which makes sense, honestly.
Fairly
but it will be a lot more interesting to see them at the end of day 1. That's where we're probably going to show them again.
It's quite interesting to see what decks come out of the other.
Exactly, because the win percentage is definitely interesting. So...
Yeah, what's your call? Do we think we're going to see the Danger Turbo deck coming out of the...
I think since it is on other, it was like less than 50 players. We gotta see if the miracle of YCS London happens again. Because
miracle, maybe a bit strong.
Yeah, I mean miracle. I mean, because it's a pretty good.
The Doom.
Yeah, the Doom. I guess is better. Yeah, but I don't know. I have faith in the deck. I think it's actually really good. So we're gonna see a couple into top cut.
Yep.
But only time can tell. So keep watching the stream, and we'll be back with the round 7 future match.